Hello, I'm Regina,
I'm Brianna.
and we are two amazing ladies talking about everything, everywhere, according to us. I'm Gen X.
I'm Gen Z.
We are merging and unifying the generations. Yeah,
Yeah. Welcome to the Daughter Mama Charmarama.
welcome. Thanks for being here with us. Today's topic is from low contact to called, and it means building a life with purpose and intention according to Holy Spirit's direction.
So for our icebreaker today, if you could describe yourself in one word, what would it be?
I would say observant.
Mm-hmm.
I walk into any room or among any people group category of people discerning. My eyes are peeled. I'm watching, I'm observing movements, body language. I'm listening to Holy Spirit. I don't take anything for granted, casing out the place, so to speak.
Right.
Yeah, so observant.
I would say bubbly. That would be Bubbles from the Powerpuff Girls.
That's so cute.
It's cute. Fun, friendly types of things. All of that would go, I think, into my personality. So I would say bubbly.
I mean, there's always more than one word you can use to describe yourself or kind of flesh out your personality. I think what I said about me is at the core. And then I kind of build out around that. So the more comfortable I am in certain spaces, and the more other parts of me will come out. And it's not necessarily about how I'm well received, because I'm confident enough in my identity in whom I am that I don't care whether I'm received or rejected. I'm still going to be authentic to myself. And that's something you learn over time with healing and with maturity.
And growing and changing and things.
Yeah. But I like that you're bubbly and fun-loving. And then you know how to be serious and focused as well.
Yeah, I know when it's time to lock in, but until then, I will be getting these jokes off, and that's just that. I like to laugh.
Laughter does good like medicine. That's the Bible, that's the book.
Period. It's in there somewhere. So I've also been described as meek, and I still don't 100% understand what that means. I was finding it in the Greek and in the Hebrew, and I felt like it didn't quite align with what I would see myself as. And when the person said it to me, I was initially offended because I thought meek has like a kind of negative connotation, or at least for me anymore. I don't like being described as shy. It's a synonym of shy. And I realized that I'm not shy, or I don't think of myself that way. And so I thought they were saying that I'm quiet, like they were telling me to be quiet. And that reminded me of another experience I had years ago where a person at the very first time meeting me, the only word I had spoken to them was hello, told me that I talk too much and that I do a whole lot of this. I need to do more of this in front of God and everybody, mind you. So I was like taken aback, and I was hurt at the time and was like offended. And I know that they said that out of malice to hurt me. And the reason why, that was part of the reason why I was offended when this new person had said it, because it happened very much so in the same way as the other time. So I was hurt. But I realized that's the trauma talking. Let's dial it back. Let's calm down. This is not a person who's out to hurt you. What does it mean, and how can you understand so that we're not offended next time this happens? Because it seems like the kind of thing that's going to happen a lot. So I was able to put away the negative experience and go and look deeper into myself and go, okay, so what does meek mean? What does it mean to me? And I don't know if I 100% agree with it, because I still don't quite understand what that means, but I'm learning. And I feel better about the way I was able to change my response in the moment, because I had all of these thoughts within the same 5 seconds of this person saying this to me. So I was able to quickly change my response to be gracious and to be less like angry and hurt and defensive, and just go, oh, let's calm down. Thank you. That's very kind of you to say. And then I was able to define it for myself. And I still don't quite understand, so I want to keep doing research into what exactly it means. There's conflicting information out there when you ask Christians questions. Everybody's got a different answer. So I'm going to have to do some more reading and talking to the Holy Spirit myself, because I don't trust anybody else. We'll figure it out.
Trust the Holy Spirit, because he'll give you the truth.
Yeah.
Lead you and guide you into all truth.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that. The best way to put the enemy on offensive is to lead with healing.
Yeah.
And you led with, okay, I remember that happening way back then, that malicious intent. Mm-hmm. But I'm better than that. I've moved forward from that. My heart is healed because I understand, the source and the intent.
Mm-hmm. I remember this ain't that.
Right. And this person had a heart to really describe a godly virtue as far as meek. When I think of meek, I think it's the opposite of that whole rambunctious prideful, arrogant type of attitude or hard attitude or just mindset and behavior.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. Well, all the best to you in your research,
Thank you. I'll be
and
excited.
quest
Keep
from
asking
Holy
me
Spirit. So what is this about low contact to call?
I wanted to describe what a faith journey looks like for someone who is just starting, because I grew up in the church. My mom is a preacher, and there are multiple preachers in my family. I'm from a long line of, Bible thumpers and, Jesus lovers. So I had felt like I always had a kind of basic knowledge of God, but I didn't have a full relationship with him until 2023. But I got saved at 5 years old. I was in your room and I was watching Bible Man, which is basically Christian Batman, and I will go up against anybody for that show. I love that show. And I watched this episode. I don't think I was able to say the prayer with the little boy who said it until like the third time I watched it. I wanted to say it the first time, but I didn't know. I was too scared. I didn't know what was going on. I watched it the second time, and it was the Holy Spirit. I'm looking back now, I realized it was the Holy Spirit that was like, not yet, it's not time yet. So I was like, okay. And it was this little blonde white boy. He was having some kind of problem, and he got up on the stage and he said one of the salvation prayers. And I wanted to say it with him at that second time, but the Holy Spirit said it wasn't time yet. So the third time finally comes around, and I'm watching and I see him, and I finally go, okay, can I say it now? And the Holy Spirit's like, yes. So I say the prayer, and that was when I got saved, and it was amazing. It was like, the sun was coming in through the window. I was in my mom's room. It was a Saturday afternoon. I was in the house by myself. I don't know where my brother was. I don't know where he was. But it was a really beautiful experience. And I felt like the sun got brighter and the air got lighter. The day was just amazing. It was fantastic. This just little Saturday afternoon I'm just having by myself at 5 years old. I felt like I didn't have a connection much past that point. Like my mom was giving me the advice and like talking about how to do things. But I didn't understand because I didn't understand where she was. She's coming from her perspective as a mother. She's in her 30s at this point, and she's got 4 kids, and she's a single mom, and she's like, her perspective was so different. I'm 5. I can't relate to none of that. None of that. The only thing we had in common was that we were both black. That was it. So I didn't have like a really deep understanding of what the relationship would be like, and I was just kind of remembering the information that you would teach me to memorize it, just to like know. But I never felt connected to it until I sat down and took the time to really go, Lord, I felt connected to you multiple times, but like only for moments. And I hate fasting. I really do. So I need you to help me help myself to see you, to really see and understand you. And I tried to start in like 2022, but it was very like slow going. That was a hard year for me. So when I finally graduated and it was December, and I was like, Lord, I really don't feel like I have anywhere else to turn. And I feel like that's what you've been waiting for me to have nothing else to look at but you. So in 2023, I was like, it's time to lock in. It's time to get serious. We're gonna figure this out. And I had a little prayer routine. Every night I would shower, I would have dinner, and then I would shower, and then I would lay on my bed and I would pray. And I would write down in my journal what I was thinking, what I was talking about, and what I wanted to pray about. I would check the verse of the day and that kinds of things. And I was like, this is so weird. I feel like I'm too old to be starting over like I'm a brand new baby Christian. But I never progressed past baby Christian, even from being a baby. I felt like I had maybe moved to the toddler stage at one point, and then I regressed when my life started to fall apart again. And that was hard. So I felt like I couldn't really take control up until then. And I did not like the thought of not being in control of my life. And that's something that I've vented to God about multiple times over the years as well. So that's what I mean by going from low contact to call, because since then, we've been on this journey. I mean, we've been on the journey together.
Right.
And if you've seen some of my other videos, and you know like what it is that I'm talking about, but it's hard. Having Jesus take the wheel. We ain't stopped for water or nothing. I don't think we got no gas in this car. We done got a flat tire 6 miles ago, and yet we still driving up and down this mountain. You know what I mean? Like,
I'm riding with Jesus and I'm not changing my mind.
I'm not changing my mind, but Lord, I need you to know, at that past junction, I almost jumped straight out the car. All right? Can we please slow down?
We've all been there. And I like that you mentioned you had a surface relationship with the Lord. And I'm sorry I wasn't able to break it down more in kid terms, to make it palpable or relatable to you. But we've all been through the baby stage, the toddler stage, just whatever the stage of development as becoming believers. And I also like the fact that you did have that foundation to start from.
Yeah.
And it took as long as it took. The pieces of the puzzle came together, and you still have that yearning to learn of the Lord, to grow and to mature and to become closer. I like to hear about your progression from the age of 5 receiving the Lord. You also went to Vacation Bible School at the Rock Church that year,
Mm-hmm.
and you know, did the salvation prayer.
Yeah.
So it's been across the years. I want to say that you've come this far. You also had a milestone or groundbreaking decision when you decided on water baptism,
Yeah.
and I think that's great.
I don't think it's like the first time. I want to get it redone. I want to redo it.
And you know what? And that's okay. Some people get baptized more than once. I had someone say to me, because I had mentioned I wanted to get baptized again many years ago, and they said sometimes you might just need to work out some things outside of the water.
Mm-hmm.
So either way, it just depends. However the Lord is leading you, because baptism is such a way of like renewal and all within the symbolism of it. So I love how you talk about you have allowed Holy Spirit to guide your relationship with setting up your prayer routine and journaling, and how you're really pressing in.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to encourage every believer, wherever you are in your walk, there's always more. So if you get off track, you need to realign. If you continue on track, continue pressing through and continue pressing forward. And I know we're going to have other parts to this video.
Definitely.
Yeah.
There's like a lot to touch on this topic.
It's a lot to talk about and to touch on, and we don't want to rush through it and negate so many things, but we just wanted to kind of wet your whistle and start the conversation rolling. So where are you in your walk with the Lord? Are you on fire, or have you kind of stepped back? Has your faith waned? Do you need encouragement or empowerment? Let us know in the comments where you are, and look forward to other episodes as we begin to explore and expand upon from no contact to cult. We'll continue sharing, and we know that you will continue watching. And thank you so much. We'll be back. See you next week.
Bye.
Bye-bye.